Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen The Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner as this poor doctor walked by. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, over the weekend in New Jersey, praising, in New Jersey, of all places, praising a fictional serial killer.
This is exactly, Mika. This is why the Biden campaign desperately wants to see more bizarre moments like this during Trump's rallies. Like, I promise you, they are more upset that Donald Trump is in trial right now than Donald Trump, because they know when he goes out on the road, people say, the guy's just not there. He is celebrating a fictional character there who, one of the most grotesque, horrifying people of in movie history.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now, by the way, if you're going to a rally like that, why are you cheering that on? What can you be thinking at that rally other than this doesn't make sense?
This is why I disagree with the concern that he's in court rather than on the campaign trail. I think when he's on the campaign trail, it's like a cult. They'll agree with anything. So less is more, in my opinion. Seeing him in court is seeing him having to actually be accountable. Different opinions. That's what we're about here. And the former president will be back in court today in Lower Manhattan, where he will be face-to-face with his...
Somebody made a joke the other day. Let's talk more sweet. Or is it let's talk more links? Or is it let's talk more clips?
So what Tony Blinken says on this show cannot be credited when Joe Biden is out there imposing a de facto arms embargo on Israel at the same time he's letting arms embargoes on Iran expire.
You know, $26 billion in emergency funding was just approved by the president. And there is not an arms embargo on Israel. And there is not a block on intelligence sharing with Israel. You know that.
Joe Biden said last week that he's going to stop supplying offensive weapons that can be used in an urban setting. That is the only setting in Gaza. That is the only setting in Gaza. And they have to go into Rafah. Joe Biden's position is de facto for Hamas victory at this point. Israel's goal is to destroy Hamas, which committed the worst atrocity against Jews since World War II. Hamas's goal is to survive. If Israel does not go into Rafah and destroy Hamas in Rafah, Hamas will survive.
Well, the Biden administration says they can go into Rafah. It's how they do it. But I want to...
You regularly invoke former President Ronald Reagan. You heard Senator Coons bring up the fact that he paused weapons to Israel as well. You constantly ask yourself, what would Ronald Reagan do? That's what Ronald Reagan did.
Well, I think, look, in this case, to say, look, I'm all for the humanitarian peace here. And that can be done. But I am not for saying, what the president said is different. He said, if they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons, period. He didn't say something else. That's what he said. And I have to go by his words because you know what? They're not giving us any information. State Department, this administration have not been transparent. They've been hiding the 8 ball. And that's what he said.
Just quick.
Will you accept the results of the 2024 election no matter who wins?
Yeah, I'll accept it. I think, if there's no massive cheating, I accepted 2020. Here's what I would say. President Trump is poised to win. He said last night, when it comes to Israel, I will have their back. I will give them what they need. Bernie Sanders is wrong about the polling here. Most Americans, 80%, side with Israel. The 20%, unfortunately, are in Congress and the State Department that side with Hamas. That's the problem with this war.
All right, Senator Sanders, we are out of time. Senator Graham, I should say. You just invoked the other senator's name.
We're often confused. We're often confused. Yeah.
Senator Lindsey Graham, thank you so much. We're out of time. Thank you very much. Appreciate your joining us.
Whoa. You guys, I cannot tell you enough about this experience. It was so inspirational. So first of all, those mobile units are incredible. They had 2 of them. The bridge, and by the way, they've worked with you this.
So you may or may not be well aware that on YouTube we have to follow certain rules and regulations when it comes to anything to do with medicine and medical practices. The reason I say that is I'm going to share with you a clip from. Now, Rachel Duffy Campos, I've had so many different things to say about her recently. Basically, that she's taught her anal passage to be where her mouth is because she's full of S-H-I-T. But they did something today on Mothering Sunday, which I think is very dangerous. I mean, I cannot believe that there's not been anybody with a medical knowledge or medical background who's actually said something about this, because this is so dangerous. There is no scientific evidence to back up what they're saying, no scientific research, but instead they really today were talking about something which, well, could actually kill you if you're female and pregnant and want to, well, watch it.
This it's a church in New Jersey. They said they've had you there before. And anyway, they have 2 of these mobile units, Jacob and Hannah, and they park in front of abortion clinics. And they encourage the women to come in and see what the Planned Parenthood and the abortion clinics won't show them, which is the truth, which is what is inside of them, their baby. And so what was incredible was how many dads were there. We met dads who had, the man you saw right there, he had gone into an abortion clinic with his wife. They took the pill, the chemical abortion, because now 50% of all abortions are chemical abortions. They came out, they were so regretful. He's like, we didn't know what to do. He's like, you know when you don't know how to fix your dishwasher and you Google it? The same thing. We Googled, what can we do now? Because in the abortion clinic, they said, once you take that pill, you got to take that second one. And don't listen to anybody who tells you otherwise. Well, they didn't listen. They Googled, they found a reversal pill. This unit came up to their house, helped them. They got the reversal pill, and they're holding that baby, perfect child. And they reversed the abortion. So they're doing abortion pill reversals. They're helping women, by being at the clinic and helping them make a more informed decision. And the incredible part is when the men see the ultrasound, they become more pro-life and wanting to keep the baby than even the women, because that instinct in men to protect their own comes out.
Well, I didn't know that
incredible.
company, Every Life, what a great concept. And I didn't realize other diaper companies were giving to...
Every Life also
that
donated...
Seems like a self-defeating
prospect.
Yeah. And by the way, Every Life donated a year of diapers also to Jonathan Diller's widow, the officer who died tragically from a criminal a few months ago. So,
well, check them out. You now have another option. And we
Every Life diaper, they come right to your door. You can just order them. It's a great gift for a new mom.
There we go. Well, nearly 100,000 support.